So yes, my name is Rowan. I use they, them pronouns. I've been a self-identified Satanist since probably about 2017. I don't know if anyone here is unfamiliar with Satanism. Is there anybody here who is absolutely unfamiliar with Satanism and it being atheistic? Okay, I just want to be clear because honestly, I do engage with a lot of dialogue with theists, and sometimes they think that we believe in a literal Satan, which, yay, most of us realize that's not the truth. They are the ones that believe in Satan, not us. Hans spoke a little bit about the activism that we do in Boise, and so what we've really been trying to do is counter Christian nationalism whenever it feels comfortable to pop up its insidious roots. This particular person, Sean Feucht, for anyone that is unfamiliar with him, his ministry, as he likes to call it, which is, this tour in particular is called Key to the Capitol Tour. He is purposely going across the country to play at state capitol buildings Christian worship music. And with this, though, comes the guise and the funding of Turning Point USA, which I'm not sure if anybody here is familiar with them, but Kirk Cameron started that particular organization in 2012. It originally started as an organization that was for conservatives on college campuses being advocates and activists. Yet they like to accuse us of being Antifa and simply activists, yet their mission org purposely states that their very being is being for Christian activists, right? So Turning Point USA, and is this hooked up? No? No. Okay, I was just checking.
We're working on it.
Should I pause?
No.
Oh, okay.
Tell a joke.
So, if I had fire.
Hey Ron, it helps a lot if you just deep throat that thing really slow, because it picks
There's
up a lot.
actually, funny enough, a friend of mine took a picture of me at Pride with a hot dog going like that, and one of these conservative politicians took the picture from my friend's Twitter and was like, "Look at this degenerate pervert." I'm like, I'm just eating a hot dog! Why can't I just eat this hot dog in peace? Screw y'all. So,
this guy that just ate a bunch of hot dogs in the hot dog eating contest recently, I guess that must be some gay influence. Hot dogs at once.
I don't know where to put this thing. She's just walking all over the place.
Stay one place.
Right here. So, honestly, it was my idea to try to counter Sean Feucht when I noticed, as I hate to watch him on social media, that I noticed that he was doing this Capitol tour with the specific intent of spreading a Christian nationalist message. He tries to hide beneath this faux hippie, long hair, oh look at me, I'm cool, I play music. No, you're not cool. You spread hate ideology. You tell queer people that they're pedophiles, that they're groomers. You elect politicians into that building that tell everybody what they should aspire as far as their spirituality goes, how they should believe. How dare you? It should also be Christians just as against this dude as any of us. The fact that there aren't more Christians speaking out against him and that entire organization is baffling to me. I also like the fact that Sean wanted to talk shit about all of the satanic organizations that are against him. They're small numbers, this and that. Oh, look. This organization made $55 million last year. $55 million. And Sean Feucht wants to pretend he's some grassroots Christian musician going around as he goes in $1 million bus. And as he fucking makes fun of all of you, people who actually live in this state, saying, oh, look at the, fuck you.
Yes!
Fuck you. Fuck your Christian nationalism. Fuck you looking down on the people that live in this state or that live in any other reality other than the one that you prescribe to, the one that you're trying to shove down our throats. Even in Idaho, it's especially egregious because we have politicians that are proud of how Christian nationalist they are. They love the label. They think it's great to be against the First Amendment. They think it's great to be against religious plurality. And it's absolutely baffling. I testified against an abortion bill in the Idaho State Senate Committee, and I had a representative who admitted his ignorance on Satanism ask me if I was for abortion because did my religion have a tenet that ascribed to human sacrifice? This is what I had an elected representative ask me, point blank. And it took everything inside of me to not be like, aren't you guys the ones that are like imbibing in the flesh of Jesus, the blood of, isn't that human sacrifice? Like,
What are you doing?
why are you accusing me of that? This is the same legislator that Hans brought up earlier that believes you can swallow a camera to follow a pregnancy.
That one was fun.
It would be funny if it weren't absolutely egregious that these people have the power to make these decisions. He's one of the people that was responsible for the total abortion ban in Idaho. Now we have to send folks here into Oregon to get reproductive care.
Come to
Trying to
Oregon,
take that
we'll
away
take care of
too. They
camping
want to.
Yeah, exactly. We also a plug to our friends Idaho Abortion Rights. They're constantly with us helping fight Christian nationalism at its root, because we've come to realize with other organizations that are for compassion, justice, and wisdom, that if we can get to the root problem of who is funding these legislators, who is creating their narratives for them, these organizations do far more insidious things than just these faith rallies, right? They craft legislative bills. They'll give it to someone in Idaho, they'll pass it successfully, and then these other states will see that and just copy the bill word for word. Word for word, even if it doesn't even necessarily apply to their own state. And that's what they do. They work together. They are very well funded, yet they act like they're grassroots organizations. And they're working together to fund these so-called faith rallies, to spread their hate, to spread their bigotry. Sean likes to hide behind this veneer of being, again, this hippie, kind Jesus lover. He's not. It's a veneer. It's fake. If you actually listen to the words that he is spewing, he is talking about how trans people should not exist. He's even point blank called himself a Christian nationalist. Oh, do I believe only Christians should be in the government? Yeah, I do. Who can actually say that with a straight face in a country that is supposed to value plurality of thought, plurality of religion, and separation at that? We are not in your fucking book club. We're not in your fucking book club. You don't get to force us to be in your book club.
Damn right.
You don't get to force us to follow your doctrine. Like, it's that simple. If they want to, and quite frankly, they can have this sort of rally, right?
Yeah.
Nobody here is trying to stop them. Nobody here is saying, oh, they absolutely can never be there, never have a Christian prayer, never do anything like that. But then don't be hypocrites and tell us that we can't observe our own values, observe our own spiritualities in a publicly funded space. They don't get the monopoly. They don't get to dominate over others as their religion tends to dictate, quite frankly. And I had a bunch of other stuff to say, but like, I feel like it's literally preaching to the choir at this point. Like, I think we all know the looming threat, and Hans was talking about showing up to things and going to things, and really it just, for me too, it's also using your art, using your particular expression, your particular voice. For instance, our friend Riley is a badass fucking drag performer, and she's gonna keep fucking doing that shit, whether or not any of these fucking thugs like it or not. And that's how she's fighting against fucking fascism. And if we can use our arts and our talents, like, even if it's just being a fucking graphic designer and going to House of Heretics and being like, hey, I'll fucking design your graphics next time. Even if it's like, hey, I'll bring a case of water.
Yep.
I'll bring snacks. Every small effort builds to the larger goal at hand. And as much as I'm a very adaptable person, I'll stand up on that corner and be a loud ass motherfucker by myself if I have to. But I prefer other people be with me. I prefer other people fucking speak out against these people. Because I know that compassionate people know that this isn't right. Even if they can't necessarily exactly pinpoint it, they know that it's not right to demonize and antagonize other people. It's not right for somebody to ask my friend, are you going to perform naked tomorrow? And think that that's a completely okay question and not get a feel for the room or atmosphere. That queer people are being called pedophiles and groomers and getting death threats by the dozens per fucking day, right? So you're gonna act tone deaf to this reality. And the fact of the matter is, like, we all have to stand up. We all, in our own individual ways, and yeah, fight against this shit.